Mr. Shusuke Suto, Managing Director, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Limited, Shri Naveen Srivastava, Additional Secretary, Professor Chawla, Advisor Japan, and my other colleagues from the Ministry of External Affairs, distinguished guests, students from KIIT, KISS, friends. Namaste, good afternoon, and konnichiwa. It is my pleasure to join you today for the formal inauguration of the Japanese language program and internship for KIT students and the Mitsubishi CSR support for the sports complex at KISS. I would like to thank Professor Achyut Samanta, Professor Mohanty, and Professor Sasmita Samanta for giving me this opportunity to be with you on this occasion and to visit Odisha, a state that has a rich ancient heritage and culture, historical sites, and beautiful landscape. I would like to convey my appreciation to His Excellency Mr. Suzuki Satoshi, Ambassador of Japan, for joining us today. As you know, the launch has been made possible by the active support of the Japanese Embassy and Mitsubishi. I would like to convey our sincere gratitude to them. I am particularly happy to see so many young students in the hall. I understand a large number of students have also joined online. I am looking forward to calling on the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik, later this evening. He has been a visionary, and we have seen the development in the state of Odisha as a result of his vision and guidance. I had done my district training in 1984 in the state of Odisha, in the district of Cuttack, and it is wonderful to be back after so many years. The emphasis on the development of human resources in the state has been noteworthy, with the establishment of IIM, IIT, NISER, IISER, AIMS, NLU, and so many other institutions of national importance. Odisha has emerged as one of the leading educational hubs of the country, and this is not to forget that we are in actually one of the most leading educational institutions itself, KISS and KIIT. I have known Professor Samanta since he visited Bangladesh, where I was based, where I was posted several years ago. And even at that time, I was struck by his commitment to education, by the extraordinary achievements that he has notched up in providing quality education through KIIT, but also for the hope and the future that he's provided to tens of thousands of underprivileged children in different parts of Odisha through the KISS, the KISS program. And at that time, he invited me to visit Odisha and come and see the institutes for myself. And I think I'm very fortunate that I've had the opportunity today to come here. And I have gone around with him and seen what is an extraordinary achievement by all standards. You have created a world-class facility in the state of Odisha, but this is a facility that is pan-Indian. You have students from all over India. In fact, you have students from all over the world. And I'm so happy to see that you have some of the best sports persons who are here, both from KISS and KIT, but also so many international students who are here from different parts of the world. And I think it is a testimony to the educational standards that you've set. As we all know, India is undergoing a demographic shift. To convert this advantage into a demographic dividend, we need to provide opportunities to the youth so that they can realize their fullest potential. In this regard, the contribution of KIT in training our youth to not only acquire skills, but also to become enterprising citizens of the country is truly commendable. I would like to acknowledge here the seminal contribution of Professor Samanta towards the development of educational institutes of such high caliber. Friends, today I hope to provide some insight and details into the working of the Ministry of External Affairs. It is far away, but it is also not entirely dealing from what you are doing. I think the ambassador has already given some sense of the sort of linkages between KIT and the programs that he is running through the government of Japan and the embassy along with our ministry in New Delhi. In foreign policy, like in any other country, is seeks to advance national interests in an external environment. And from our point of view, I think this is an opportunity to promote and mobilize resources for our national flagship schemes and programs like the Make in India program, Digital India, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Namami Gange, the dozens of important programs that today shape and develop our country. I think this is one of the priorities that the Ministry of External Affairs is working on through our interlocutors abroad. The Japanese language course at KIT is an example of the sort of facilitation that is provided to ensure that youth like you have opportunities that are not only within the country but also outside the country. I'll just tell you a brief thing. Today the COVID pandemic has been the worst shock to the international system since the Second World War. Millions of people have died. Hundreds of millions have lost their livelihoods. Classes are disrupted. Universities and schools have had to close down. But we are coming around to living, even as the pandemic rages on, living and continuing our normal existences. One of the ways that we have been able to do it, of course, is through greater collaborations. India has been known as the pharmacy of the world. We have shared our medicines such as hydroxychloroquine and remdesivir, which we manufacture under license, to 150 countries all over the world. When we had our second wave of the pandemic, many countries expressed solidarity, including Japan, came forward and offered us support in the form of oxygen generating plants, concentrators, cylinders, medicines, etc. That was a very important support because it gave us a sense of confidence, and I think it also helped us in quickly overcoming the worst effects of the second wave. No sooner had we recovered, we realized that our production had been ramped up and we had spare capacities in liquid medical oxygen, remdesivir. We have shared this with our neighbors, with Indonesia, with Thailand, with Vietnam, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. So it is an interdependent world, and the Prime Minister has coined this term called human-centric globalization. The world is an interdependent one. We help others when they need it, and others help us in our time of need. Today, vaccination, I think, is a game changer. 73% of our population in India has received the first dose of the vaccine. I think it is only a matter of time before every eligible citizen in our country will be vaccinated. In a few days from now, we will cross the 1 billion mark in the vaccinations that we have administered in a very short period of time. And I think that is the key to overcoming the pandemic. We will learn to continue to lead our normal lives even while the pandemic goes on, but minimal impact on us. Just a few weeks ago, despite the pandemic, Japan hosted both the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games. In these games, India secured its highest tally of medals so far. Our embassies played a supporting role in ensuring that our sportspersons were able to travel within the constraints of the pandemic, train in different countries outside India, and have the facilities that they require in the Olympic Village. There were many athletes from Odisha in the Indian contingent. It is a reflection of how the government of Odisha in general and Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Biju Patnaik in particular has nurtured sports over the years. The outstanding performance of our hockey teams, men and women, is a testimony to the high priority placed by Odisha on sports development. I just had the great pleasure also of seeing the state-of-art facilities, including the AstroTurf hockey field that KIT has created, and I think it is a great. This is what distinguishes normal education from quality education. When you invest in education, you think of classrooms, but very few people think of the sports and the comprehensive facilities that have taken place here. And I think that is what makes it very unique. As someone who has also played hockey in university and played in fields that are been quite bumpy, to see this AstroTurf is a great pleasure indeed. And I think it is something that many of our sports persons are using. I'm told that 3 athletes in the Indian contingent to the Olympics were from KIT University. Let me take this opportunity to commend Professor Samanta, the Pro Vice Chancellor, all of you for this extraordinary achievement that comes out of building world-class sports facilities and providing training to your best athletes and students. The CSR initiative by Mitsubishi at KISS has immense potential to further enhance cooperation between India and Japan in sports in terms of training of players, exchange of coaches, and the mutual use of facilities. I understand some Japanese volunteers have already engaged in this effort in Odisha. Now, as the world appears to be coming to terms with living with COVID, we are actively engaging with other countries to facilitate the travel of students and professionals to their educational institutes and companies abroad. We have introduced a system of mutual recognition of vaccine certification so that vaccinated people do not face restrictions on travel. All of us do need passports to travel abroad, and in that context, the Ministry of External Affairs has, in the last few years, undertaken an extraordinary series of reforms to ease the process for citizens in obtaining passports. And today it is much easier and much quicker to obtain passports than it was a few years ago. I had earlier mentioned the rich cultural heritage of Odisha. Over centuries, Odisha, or ancient Kalinga, has had extensive contacts with the countries of Southeast Asia and East Asia. Even today, the Bali Jatra keeps alive the memory of ancient Sadabas, Odia mariners, who used to sail to the distant lands of Bali, Java, Borneo, Sumatra, and Sri Lanka for trade and cultural exchanges. These maritime trade routes of Kalinga were also instrumental in the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism across the seas to Southeast Asia. A week ago, I was in Sri Lanka and I visited the famous Dalada Maligawa, or the Temple of the Tooth in Kandy. This is the tooth relic. It houses the tooth relic of Lord Buddha. And this is brought there by Princess Hemamala and Prince Danta from Kalinga in ancient India. So this has also been the home of Buddhism in many senses. Those links were disrupted during the colonial period, but today, as you know, the government is trying to rebuild such historical and civilizational links with our neighborhood, with Southeast Asian countries and the wider region through our neighborhood first and Act East policies and our vision for the Indo-Pacific. We are promoting economic cooperation and cultural ties with these countries. Today, India is a prominent economy. As we grow and develop, it will be beneficial for us too if our neighbors in South Asia see a stake in the growth and development which is linked to their own growth. It's important that we all grow and prosper together. The government, under the direction and guidance of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, has placed special emphasis on comprehensive development of relations with our neighbors. It includes connectivity projects to connect India with Bangladesh and Myanmar by road, by sea and by air, eventually all the way onwards to Vietnam and to Japan. But what does this all mean for India and the people of India? It means greater trade, greater investments, people-to-people ties, less illegal migration, and more security. In other words, we will be living in a zone of prosperity within ourselves and with our neighbors. And when the Prime Minister speaks about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, it is not only just for our country, but it encompasses our entire neighborhood. A brief word about how Japan has played such an important role in our economic development and modernization. Japan is one of the largest investors in India. The number of Japanese companies located in India have increased steadily, and today there are almost 1,500 Japanese companies based in India. It is also one of our most important development partners. Its loans have been deployed across sectors ranging from healthcare to sustainable development. The introduction of metros, starting with Delhi, has transformed our lifestyles. I'm sure you're all aware of the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail link, or MAHSR project, which will shape the landscape of India for decades to come. Odisha itself has been a beneficiary of such projects. Several projects, including in the area of hydroelectric development, improvement in the power transmission systems, irrigation, sanitation, and forestry development, have been undertaken with Japanese assistance, and this has played an important role in Odisha's overall development efforts. Through the digital partnership agreement with Japan, we have been actively promoting interaction between Indian and Japanese startup companies. It is estimated that overall, Indian startups have raised more than $15 billion from Japan. SoftBank, the big Japanese multinational company, has invested billions of dollars in Indian startups like Paytm, Oyo, whose founder and CEO Ritesh Agarwal incidentally also hails from Odisha. I had mentioned about creating opportunities for our youth. In this regard, the Government of India has placed very high emphasis on skill development. There is a separate Ministry of Skill Development. The India-Japan partnership is playing an important role here too. We have an agreement on the manufacturing skill transfer promotion program for training 30,000 persons over 10 years with Japanese-style manufacturing skills and practices. This is being implemented across India through Japanese endowed courses to train engineering graduates as mid-level managers and Japan-India Institutes for Manufacturing to train shop floor leaders. So far, Japanese companies have set up 7 JECs and 17 Japanese Institutes of Manufacturing. In this regard, I would suggest that the Japanese side should also consider starting a Japanese endowed course at KIT. A JIM, that's a Japan-India Institute of Manufacturing, can also be set up at the KIT Industrial Training Institute. Similarly, to allow our skilled manpower to go to Japan, we have instituted a technical intern training program. Under this, skilled blue-collar workers can go to Japan for 3 to 5 years on internships. Earlier this year, we signed the Specified Skilled Workers Agreement. Please excuse the very long nomenclatures, but many of these have to be placed under some frameworks, and that's how these titles have been sort of put together. Once this system is operationalized, Indian skilled workers can go to Japan and work in 14 designated sectors on the same terms and conditions as Japanese workers. What I'm trying to say is that today Japan has created an extraordinary and unique framework for our younger people, our students, our professionals, to work, to experience their work culture, experience their culture, to be part of their success and their progress. And I would certainly encourage many of you who are here to grasp that opportunity and see what you can make of that. Of course, you need to know the Japanese language, and here again, Japan is willing to provide you with that opportunity and expertise and that skill that you can develop. The Ministry of External Affairs itself has an internship program which is designed to expose young graduate students to foreign policy and diplomacy on a first-hand basis. We intend to take in young interns for about 3 to 6 months from every state in the country. Priority in this is accorded to women, to aspirational districts, weaker sections. I would certainly encourage students from KIT and KIS to apply, KIT actually, because this is a graduate program, and we'll be happy to have interns from Odisha, from this institute, in every batch that comes to our ministry. Let me conclude by once again thanking and conveying gratitude to the participating companies of the Mitsubishi Group, CMD Mr. Taguchi, MD Mr. Suto, and their entire team, the team from the Japanese embassy, the team from Mitsubishi, for making this cooperation possible, to the leadership and team of KIT and KIS, who have taken such extraordinary trouble to make the arrangements necessary for this event, and of course all of you for bearing with us for this period of time. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad, arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you so much, sir, for your exhilarating words. It was indeed inspiring. Now heading forward, the man who needs no introduction, may I now request our Honorable Founder, Sir, Professor Dr. Achyuta Samanta, to kindly grace the gathering with his kind words. Sir, please.
So, good afternoon, everybody present here. On the occasion of this inauguration of this Japanese Language Center of Excellence Intensive and Mitsubishi CSR program, you have already heard all the great personalities present on the dais. His Excellency Sri Harshvardhan Shringlaji, Honorable Foreign Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Similarly, His Excellency Mr. Satoshi Suzuki, Honorable Ambassador, Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to India, Embassy of Japan. Also on the dais, respected Mr. Joji Taguchi, CMD, Mitsubishi Corporation of India Private Limited, and also respected Mr. Susuke Suto, Managing Director of the same Mitsubishi, our own Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Registrar. Also we have with us on the audience side, most respected Naveen Srivastavji, Additional Secretary of the same Ministry of External Affairs, respected Professor Ashok Chawlaji, Advisor also in the Ministry of External Affairs, and respected Madam Satwant, Director of the same Ministry of External Affairs, and respected Mr. Ranjan Shinoi, Under Secretary, and all the others, respected Girish Nayak and also Satoshi Takagi and Shingo Iguchi, all the other respected officials from the Embassy of Japan, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, particularly Government of Odisha officials are also sitting here, and also our other invited guests, and our particularly the respected senior functionary, both academic and administrative from both the university, KIT and KIS, present here, and particularly my friend Ajay Pradhan, Dr. Ajay Pradhan, member Board of Management, KIT University present here, and also my lovable Kitians, all the international students present here from the KIT University, and also our lovable Kisians, those who are also present from this KIS University, respected press persons both from electronic and print media, and also others respected persons, those who are present here. It is really a very great day on the part of KIT and KIS. But though I have been given 15 minutes time, I should not take more than 2 to 3 minutes, because I decide to not to give my deliberation unnecessarily 15 minutes when you all have been hearing a lot from His Excellency Foreign Secretary, His Excellency Ambassador, and all the other personalities present here. And I know His Excellency both Ambassador and Foreign Secretary have one very important meeting in the government of Odisha at 4:30. They will rush to the secretariat immediately, business investment meeting. So if I take time, then definitely it will kill many other things. But in shortcut, as a founder of Kit and Kiss, I am very much honored and grateful to both the Excellency present here, gracing this occasion, coming all the way just to launch this program, inaugurate these programs. I have no words to express my thanks, gratitude to Honorable Foreign Secretary and also Honorable Ambassador for their all good words and support, everything they have been doing till date. And at the same time, my special thanks, gratitude to Mitsubishi, both the CMD and MD also present here. All of you have given us very beautiful gift during this festive season, which has never happened in the last 25 years. Because all the audience present here must agree, now it is a great festive season going on eastern part of India, particularly Odisha state. Everything is closed, including Kit and Kiss. We have never had such type of meeting, and that to such a beautiful gift to KIT, the Japanese Language Center, first of its kind in India, with the supports of Mitsubishi and also Ministry of External Affairs. So, as a founder, I only express my thanks, gratitude to all of you, and particularly Additional Secretary Professor Chawla and the entire team for their all efforts. You have been hearing how they have been working for the last 1.5 years with our university people. So I am very much happy, etc. But one thing you don't know, my lovable Kitians or Kisian, both all the personalities sitting here, particularly our Japan ambassador has many good credentiality in his career, and particularly building good relationship between India and Japan in spite of this pandemic corona going on. Similarly, our Honorable Foreign Secretary, my lovable Kitians would know, not only he is a good man with a good heart and very good administrator or diplomat, he is a prolific writer, excellent speaker, an avid reader, and sports enthusiast with an interest in mountaineering and hockey. So, you all will be happy to know that people sitting this side, CMD, MD, are the best rugby player, best hockey player, the External Affairs Minister, External Affairs Secretary. So, not only there, such type of cooperation rarely happens. And we are very much happy and honored, I am personally. As rightly told by Honorable Foreign Secretary, I had met Honorable Secretary when he was the High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh. Then also I met when he assumed the post of Foreign Secretary, etc. I extended my request to him, just he could not believe the video clippings. I told at that time, sir, you please have a visit, and it is such an appropriate opportunity created by both Japan Embassy and Mitsubishi, by which the Foreign Secretary could come and inspire all of us. So I am grateful to Honorable Foreign Secretary, and you all will be happy to know that. Lastly, I should conclude with my sports activities, because all of them are also the sports lover and sports promoter. Odisha has a great contribution in the field of sports. Odisha has become most happening state, and from the non-happening state, or the Bhubaneswar capital city, the temple city, has become the happening capital city, non-capital, under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Naveen Patnaik ji. So not only he is a very progressive developmental mind Chief Minister, but also he has been promoting sports, both infrastructure and sports personnel, like anything. And as rightly told by our Honorable Foreign Secretary, he is taking care of much interest in sports and many other fields, and you will be happy to know that the great Odisha government is the great sponsor of Hockey India till 2030, and Odisha government facilitated the Hockey India to get the bronze medal from this Tokyo Olympics. And kids are also not behind. We have been promoting sports like anything. Huge international standard sports infrastructure created in any one place in India, that is Kit and Kiss. This is the university which sends 3 students as the Olympians, Bhavani Devi fencing and also our javelin throw and Duti Chand 100 and 200 meters race. And we are hopeful to send minimum 10 students to next Olympics 2024 onwards. And we have been grooming our KISS children in that way. We have produced 5,000 KISS children. Those are playing school level to university level, national and international games. 200 KISS students are all the national and international players. So, definitely, I will be happy if this relationship will be strengthened in the coming days with the help of the MEA and also Japan Embassy and particularly Mitsubishi. Because whatever you will do here, it will directly go to the beneficiary, as you have already seen the entire things and activities for the last 2 days. So I have taken again much time. So I once again, as a founder, I am very much thankful to all the distinguished personality this side and also that side, and particularly my all lovable Kittians and Kissians present here to inspire all of us, and my all the respected higher functionary both from KIT and KISS University. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your very encouraging and visionary words. May I now request Register KIIT.
Thank you, madam. Namaskar. Honorable members on the dais, honorable members of the dais, and my dear students. It is a moment of privilege and honor for me to propose the word of thanks to one and all present online and offline. Our heartfelt thanks are due to our honorable founder, Professor Achyut Samant sir, for inspiring, guiding, and allowing us to start the Japanese Language Center of Excellence at KIT and KISS. Being the youngest deemed to be university in the country, KIT has been constantly promoting community perspectives on its vast campus comprised of thousands of diverse individuals from all over the country and around the world under his charismatic leadership. We are humbled and truly privileged to listen to our esteemed chief guest, His Excellency Mr. Harshvardhan Shringla, Foreign Secretary, Minister of External Affairs, Government of India. I am sure that his inspirational advice and insightful address has greatly motivated all the people present online and offline. Thank you, sir, for adorning the occasion and sharing your valuable opinions today. We would like to thank the esteemed inaugurator of Japanese Language of Center of Excellence, His Excellency Mr. Santoshi Suzuki, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to India, Embassy of Japan. We appreciate the refined inputs given by him. It was necessary to distill those points in such a saturated sphere of knowledge. We are grateful to Mr. Yoji Taguchi, Chairman and Managing Director, Mitsubishi Corporation India Private Limited, Mr. Shusuke Shuto, Managing Director, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries India Private Limited, and all the Mitsubishi Group of companies for their generosity, for Mitsubishi CSR program for sports, and to support our Japanese language trained students for the internship.
तो रोड टू जापान जो भली भाबरे आपण देखुथिले गोटे अवसर सृष्टि हेछि कि भली भाबरे भाषा एवं जो परंपरा जापान एवं भारत भितर रही आसीछि ताकू आगो को नेबा पई जो प्रारंभ करा जायछि जोथि पई जापानी भाषा एवं उत्कर्ष केन्द्र किट ओ किस रे आरंभ हो तार आरंभ करा जायछि से भली गोटे अवसर सृष्टि करा जायछि जहा द्वारा कि उभय देश मध्य गोटे आहुरी सुदृढ़ परंपरागत प्रक्रिया आरंभ हो पारिबो एवं उभय देश आहुरी निकटतर हो पारिबे।